Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a hopefully relaxing and frankly medicinal strength chamomile tea, because probably a lot of stress in this episode. We'll see how we get on. And that's because in the last couple of episodes we started a new series focusing on the old school intake, which means every 24 hours basically 24 new inmates will arrive. So we are laying the track in front of the train and doing what we can. So previously we got this, which is our very basic prison, and when I say basic, it is basically walls, guards and bars. And obviously we are meeting some basic needs, so things like bladder, bowels, sleep, comfort, food and exercise. There's lots of other needs obviously we have to look at as well, so we'll see how we get on. I do need obviously an area for recreation and for family and stuff, so we'll hopefully get on with that in this episode. I'd like to get, at bare minimum, the dormitory at least up and running for, like I say, the bare basics, and well, we'll really see how we get on with this one. And also, frankly, some parole would be nice. If we go to programs and go down, you can see lots of people want spiritual guidance and conflict resolution and stuff like that. We won't be doing any of that. Parole will require prison policy, so yeah, I am working on that as well, but frankly, money is a bit of an issue, so we'll see how we get on. A couple of changes I want to make. Firstly, anything that can go outdoors will be going outdoors, so all of these corridors here, we're going to change these to outdoors. It means I have to demolish this bit here, but that's no biggie. Yes, these walls here are wrong. I noticed, quite frankly, during the edit that these were wrong. I normally just go to quick build and click on whatever and then build it, and it defaults to concrete wall, even though my version of default would be the brick. But yeah, it's a cosmetic thing only. That's going to be a temporary permanent thing. And well, let's just see how we get on. So, like I said, we need to get in some more needs, look after more needs, and I think we'll manage for another day with just the holding cell, but we'll see what happens. You know, how things get on here, and yeah. What do we need? Needs family and recreation and exercise. Exercise will probably be fulfilled by the yard now that the running track's in, but we could add some more in there, like some weights, benches and bleachers. Family need will be some phones, so I can put some phones in here, and we'll need to expand the kitchen and the canteen. Right, let's just crack on really. So we are going to go to demolish or bulldoze. We're going to bulldoze this area here because that is foundation and we do need to remove that. I do want in an intake, so a reception here, so it's going to go in here, but reception will not. In fact, actually that might be a bit too small now that I think of it. Reception is not, that will actually fit in, so that's fine. So let's go concrete building and brick, and it's going to be in that and that and that and that, and we're out of cash. So there's the end of that chat. I can't believe we've run out of money there. In 2 hours, however, in game we are going to get some more money. However, we've just had a noise there to indicate another grant, and I think we can go for let's have a quick pause here. So there's lots of grants we can go with, and some of them are DLCs, to be fair. So I did think about not going green energy in this build, and we're probably not going to. We've got things like prison maintenance and health and being. Maintenance, actually, we could probably get. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we're almost on with that one. So let's go ahead and go with... Actually, wait. Security procedure certification. That's an easy one. Let's pick that up. Unlock patrols through bureaucracy. We are working on that one. In fact, basically, a couple of those grants there, we can probably get done relatively quickly. Building brick, and that should now be a room, like so, and like so. Okay, so I'll let the guys crack on with that one. This also is probably going to be indoors, so I'm just going to build that like so, and well, those are going to be about right, something like that. This is very much going to be in a state of flux, I must confess. I don't know if demolishing that bit there or having that bit there or whatever, it's going to be walls and doors. It won't actually really matter, particularly for these little bits, but I'll get this bit done, like I say, because I want a security room, I want the intake and all of that. And yeah, while they're cracking on with that one, let's go to objects and bleachers. I'm going to put a bleacher there and a bleacher there. I'm going to put in a weight bench 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. I'm going to put in some phone booths, which are going to go along like that, and then I think we'll put them on. I think I'll put them on the sides here like that. I'll change them up later on if we need to. And also for the kitchen is probably all right for now for the next intake. However, I do want 2 more cooks, and that should sort that out. This will have a wall eventually that goes in there, but the workers are already cracking on with far too much, so we'll let them do their thing. And then we're going to receive some more intake. Obviously, we do have short and long-term investment on the go, so that's all good. Danger level is low, and 14 prisoners say they're well treated. That is good news. Let's have a quick look at needs. Hygiene is getting met. Environment could be a problem because things are a bit dirty. However, I can go with 2 janitors, and I can't go with groundskeeping because we haven't got that done yet. In fact, we are still waiting for that. I'm guessing that some of these guys will be on a bit of a break. Some of the guys will be a bit annoyed because we don't have a staff room, so that's a bit of a problem. Anyway, we are going to receive another 24 prisoners, 24 per day it says intake. And I can't change it. I can't click on the tab to change the intake because of course not. I can see the prisoners and I can see all of everything else, but yes, intake is not a thing. And there we go. We got another 9 minimum, 7 medium, 5 maximum, 3 supermax. So yes, a whole amount of inmates there. All fun. Over to objects and to tables. And 1, 2, 3, 4 tables. Benchingtons will go like so. And there's the benches. And the middle I'm going to keep open because, well, frankly, if we need to change things, it's probably going to be in the middle. So, yeah. Actually, there needs to be a proper way in, which is going to be this brick wall here, but we'll sort that out later. This is now in, which is good. That light is probably in the wrong position, but whatever. Reception will go in here. And that's going to be security, so we'll set that up as security, and then let's go for here. So it's going to be an office desk in like that. It's going to be in a chair. Let's have a quick look. Chair, office. What else do we need? A desk, and also, frankly, metal detectors. Let's go with metal detectors, and wow, I can't believe we're out of money already. It's because the short and long-term investment costs money to set going. You only gain 5 grand in total for the... there's some more intake. There we go. You only gain 5 grand in total profit from that. I say only. It's still a decent amount. You know what? I'm going to put these here and then move the other stuff back over. So the desk can go to there. And then the chair will go in here. There we go. Right, and then, oh yeah, we go. There's a lot of money for prisoner intake. And okay. I still haven't got intelligence. And also in game, I haven't unlocked intelligence. And that's a problem. Let's see how we get on. Security is going for... let's go for intelligence patrols. All that's unlocked. Bank loans on the way. We've got groundskeeping, but they're not actually working on groundskeeping because of course not. Why not? The foreman is not working on that. Remove it and set it going again. Yep, that's okay. And I think the game has just glitched out a bit. There we go. It is actually working now that I've set that going again. Right, something was obviously up there. Who knows? Right, so let's see. Looks like the workers are cracking on. All right, let's go with connections there. Let's go with deployment and patrols, and I haven't got that set, so I need to unlock patrols through bureaucracy. Let's remove intelligence and patrols and get that going again. Yep, there we go. So patrols is the main one. Armory I don't think I necessarily need. I think you could probably build this facility using just solely some holding cell, but I'm not entirely sure. That person there, we can see is now sitting, and they are locked down. Oh, they're actually locked down. That is fine. There's a lot of people on lockdown. Let's go with, hang on, policy. No, I can't. Not unlocked. Still waiting for policy. It's because I set a lot of these going and then it's stopped after the fact. Okay. Well, let's see how we get on. So guards are, bring them over here. They're getting searched, etc. Gonna get some more guards. Let's take us up to, frankly, 20 is gonna be what we need. Let's take 20. There we are. Let's bring out. So how many inmates have we got already? We've already 48 inmates. Oh yes, we definitely need policy and set up something. Right, actually, that's one thing. If you're not building, then you're doing it wrong, basically, with this one, because we do need to get building, because it's time is money. Time is money. Time is ultimate failure, really. Let's go with doors. So 1, 2, 3, 4 doors, and then there's going to be a visitor door back there, and then the rest I'll put in myself, because that'll be visitation, that'll be cleaning cupboard, no, laundry, sorry, laundry first, and then a couple of paroles, hopefully. I don't know if 4 paroles is enough or whether we need more, but I want as many people to pass parole as possible, probably because of that. If we get there, if we actually get to that stage, I would imagine that because of the parole and people going through it, all of the low to medium risk prisoners will end up filtering out sooner rather than later, and all the high and supermax inmates will end up staying, which makes this it's already a powder keg, but it's going to be more of an issue as things progress on, because, well, you've got then lots of high and supermax inmates in a dormitory. Yeah, that's great. Fantastic. I would very much like to make a lot more money, and let me just go to sell object and that bit of log there and log there. Yes, I would very much like to go ahead and go for a huge amount of forestry or loads of green energy and get money back from the grid, because then that means I can hire loads more workers and staff and do all of that. But it's sort of, for some reason, gone more vanilla. I don't know why. More of a vanilla playthrough. So, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? We'll just continue on. It's already a bit chaotic here. Danger level is low, though. What can the inmates meet? Spirituality is going up. Okay, that was to be expected. Prayer mats. Let's put prayer mats. Do I want to put them across here? I'm going to put prayer mats in front of the toilets. Now, that might be symbolic of something, and I'll let you decide on that one. Also, I was tempted to put some 4 mattresses in here, in between all of this. If you see, all we're doing there, the reason for that is if you fall off the top bunk, you're just going to land on a nice little mattress there, just a foam pad. It's not a prayer mat. It's a oh. Yeah, sorry. It's not a bed. It's just a bit of a thing for landing. I also said prayer mat previously. Right, back over to here. Just realised power capacitor max plus. One of them prioritise, please and thank you, because the grid is about to explode, and well, that's suboptimal to say the least. Putting one of them in will fix the issue. Patrols through bureaucracies needing to be unlocked, which it is doing. Oh, this is probably going to blow the grid. No, we're good. I'm going to say the lighting might end up blowing this thing up. Okay, so we're going to go walls, here and here, and then finally there. Right, walls need to go along around here as well, but I don't have the money for that, so I'll just have to let them crack on. All these walls here are all wrong. They're not actually in. How we're doing? Prison policy is done in 18 seconds. Patrols will be done in 35. And yeah, that's all right. Okay. Visitation is also going to go in here. Let's go for parole. And the city ways of saying it are also available. We want in a laundry, which... Oh, it is unlocked, because I've indeed got that unlocked, which is Good, end of chat. Let's go visitation. And visitation will go in like so. And along to there. And then that should do for now. Yeah, okay. Power-wise, we're probably best running it up. Along... Ideally, what you want to do is you want to run power like that. Because then it's on the wall, which means it'll power lights either side. We'll have to put lights out here as well, but we'll see. Let me just pause it for a moment, and I'm going to go to policy. Match with low. No. Yes, that's fine. So, you can see this is the misconduct policy for the low-risk inmate, and the takeaway is that we search everything all the time. If there is any breach of the policy and the rules, the inmate gets locked down for a certain amount of hours. For medium, it's the same. For high, it's actually the same. You don't go up, though. You don't go up from... If you go from medium... Sorry, if you go from low, you can go up to medium if you attack a prisoner, attack a staff, or there's serious injury. If there's a murder, you go to max, which max in this particular case is maximum security. You don't go up to super max. You can change it to that, though. What's curious is this all says to lockdown. Now, that might be patches that I wasn't aware of, and or mod. Or just general. It might have just been a general change I've not noticed. But yes, it's locked down. There's nothing in solitary, so I don't have to touch that. That is fine. We will look at meal quantity and variety at some point, and there'll be a grant for that. The needs, all okay. Grant-wise, we're working on that one. However, programs is where I want to really have a look at here. Parole hearing, 5 in the queue. Perfect. Good. Parole. So, visitor table. We're going to go with 1 there. And, well, that's all I can build. Really? Okay, there must be something I can sell. I know there is something I can sell. There is definitely... let's go with... storage. There is definitely some sort of capacitor somewhere. Now, it'll probably be dumped in and around here. Where is it? There it is! I knew there was one. Sell object. Why was that there? Because we didn't put in the default capacitors. We went with the capacitor max pluses. Okay, there's parole. That's all good. Let's go with visitor table. Like that. Utilities and power. We'll run like that. And it means that if I focus on the building of the parole tables... Well, I call them parole tables. Visitor tables in parole is what I meant. Same thing, I guess. Not particularly. And also we'll put some doors on, actually. Visitor doors. 1 there and 1 there. Don't need 1 in laundry. That's fine. Those are now in, and I can set parole hearing, 5 in the queue. Don't care. Maxing out until it shouts at me and says there ain't enough places for that. Okay, we have now parole. Good. People are sitting. People are working. That's all good. What do we need now? How come there's no power there? How curious. Right. Food is good. Prisons say they're well treated. 42 hours in game and 138 hours to get the short and long term investment. Let me go to deployment and to patrols and to blue patrol. And I'm going to set in some patrols in and around here. And it's going to be here and here and here. And along like this, because this will be dog patrols as well. In fact, I'll bring them along like so. And then also along like this. And that will be... assign a guard. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. There we go. I think these other ones I'll probably remove. See, I'm going to have dog patrols in here. I might as well assign some to this patrol route. Although I'll put them as they just come in this entrance here. Something like that anyway. And that is a grant done, which means I can go to grants again. What is our prison capacity? Capacity is 0, technically, isn't it? Yeah, it is 0. Find 10 illegal narcotics and tool cleanup. Tool cleanup's not a bad one. Let me get a bank loan just to increase our, increase our credit rating. Governmental security ratings would be good. Visitation rights would be even better. Maintenance. We'll go for maintenance. Hire a gardener. There's that one done. There's a grant done. We're going to go for tool cleanup. We'll do a shakedown tonight, but building brick. All of that, I think. And while I have the cash along there, and these are going to have to be built as well. This and building brick like that. This is going to stay outside. We do need a staff room, and I ain't got one. There'll be a grant for that as well. I'll get on with that later on. Doors, large jail doors. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know these are locked open. They are not supposed to be, really. But I don't have much choice. Not much choice. What about the rest of the walls? All planned. This is going to be foundation, so I'm probably going to ignore that for now. I can probably, for the sake of visibility, remove some of this. And also for the sake of visibility, let me get some lights in. So, I don't think floodlight. Or do I put a floodlight in? Just a floodlight either side, just to light the whole thing up. I mean, why not? I mean, I do know why. It looks stupid, maybe. Let's put them in. I'm hoping they clone. Oh, you can see it's becoming a huge problem here. But danger level is still low. We have too many prisoners in our holding cell. 2, right, we do. Let's just build this. I haven't put any flooring in as well, by the way, and I know I need to put some in at some point. Metal detectors are going to go there and up here, but that's not really my priority at this stage. Laundry. We probably need to sort that out. Laundry machines, then. There's 2 laundry machines. Ironing board, small. Like that. And then laundry basket. That should be that done. Oh, and visitation as well. Visitor booths. I can't really build anymore. I can't afford to build anymore. I mean, I will. No, I will be able to. Of course. One of the advantages that I have is that basically there's going to be so many inmates coming in that I'm getting loads of that. Yay! Prisoner intake. Okay. So, do I want to hire any more workers? Let's get a couple more. Ooh, it's a bit too late here, but shake down all sectors. Remove the supply of stolen tools and weapons. This is something well, a couple of things. That's now done. Crack down on drugs. Find 10 illegal narcotics. There's that done. Let's see. Visitation rights. We'll pick that up there. Most of it's a lot of it's done technically. So yeah, I'm just going to pause it while I finish talking about it. Actually, wait till the shakedown's done. Yeah. So a couple of things there. We did a removal of stolen tools and weapons, and also the narcotics. We don't normally get that done in this episode 3, because, well, I normally haven't even got any sort of inmates in by now. We normally have planning and then building and doing all of the grants and such. So normally it wouldn't be at this stage. But also, even if we did get inmates, it wouldn't be this amount of inmates, because for those 2 grants to be picked up, you need, I believe it's 20 or 30 inmates, or 30 and 40 inmates. It's something like that. You need a certain amount of inmates in order to complete that. So yeah, that's what's gone on there. Okay. prison labour. We can assign some. And assign some. And deployment, that's staff only. I'll change it to not staff only. Oh, that can be staff only. That outside bit's going to be staff only. That's going to be powered up. And those bits there and those bits there. And I don't know what's happened to that one. What's going on there? Is that why that worker's there? No. No, I don't think they are. Because I've done this, by the way. I've opened this up. Metal detector's going to have to go in. Here's some more inmates turning up. So I do need the dormitory built. Oh, don't say they've put that door in. Yes, they have. Lock open the door. Lock open the door. I think all of this is pretty much done. This is going to be built now, and then they're going to put the doors in. Construct. No, they've still got the beams to put in there. The short-term investment will be done shortly. Let me go ahead and go to building brick and do that. Let's put in the doors. So it is a visitor door in there. And then it's a staff door. And then it's a standard door and a standard door and a standard door for them too. And this is going to be cleaning cupboard. But parole's working, as we can see. How we're doing for parole. Let me double check our programs. Still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 in the queue already. And hopefully we can pass them. So, this is... Hello. Looks like we're building that. There you go. Straight away. So, this is something we need to think about and discuss. Parole cutoff, as default, is 30% across the board. If your reoffending rate is 30% or below, see you later. Off you go. Well done. That's assuming they've got halfway through or 75% of the way through their sentence. Now, here's the thing. If they leave and everything's good, we get some bonuses, monetarily. Won't show here yet because nothing's happened. If they fail, like their parole essentially went, well, would you say fail a parole? No, pass their parole, but then are in breach of parole, then they come back. If they reoffend, then they come back in here. There's a prisoner being released. We'll let them out. Yeah, if they come back, then it is a case of we get fined. But remember, we're getting, 17,200 generic currency currency this 24-hour period. That's just for intake on the inmates. Would it be best to put parole at a higher rate? Average reoffending rate is 60%. And you can see the parole cutoff is 30% across the board. If I just put the reoffending rate, the parole cutoff to 50%, half. Just say half. Yes, the inmates might leave, and we'll get fined for them returning, which the returning part is a bit of a problem. However, the returning is part of the prisoner intake, so it's not extra on top of it. It's just they've been returned to the prison. It's part of that intake, as far as I'm aware. But will the money cancel it out? I'm not too sure. I'm really not too sure on that one. We'll have to see. But where are we for this next grant? Common room, pool table, at least 2 TVs. Right. TV. TVs are going in. They're in there. Because then it'll cover this bit. So there's another bit of entertainment. Common room. Needs to be indoors. Hey look, there's indoors. And also pool tables. 1, 2. And there's the grant. I will remove the pool tables. I will remove the room designation. Now, I will probably put pool tables back in there. CEO, reform programs are key to success, blah, blah, blah. Yes, okay, fine. Thanks very much for that information. Right. Doggos, remote access armory. What else? Education, legal. There we go. Right. We are Going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. We've got past episode 3. That's 2.5, well, 1.5 episodes longer than I thought this would be, this series. However, I'm still aware that the one thing we can't be is complacent. I've probably already been far too complacent on this series. We need to build the dormitory sooner rather than later. We need to increase parole. We need to get people going through this process. And we've still got a lot of grants to work on, so that's all fine. Still got lots of rooms to what we can build. We don't have any staff room. But again, I'm going to be following these grants here. So one of them is Staff Wellbeing Initiative. Another one will be Inmate Health and Wellbeing. There it is there, which is doctors and infirmaries, etc. So there's a lot we can do. We can crack on with a lot of that. Good. Okay. We've got to this stage. I think that's a nice place to leave it. Next episode, get this built. Follow them grants. I'd like a bit of flooring if I can. But remember, 24 prisoners every 24 hours. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. Next episode, well, it might fail. The fun's in finding out. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Comments in the comments and generic partings.